and respected, but also first and foremost for women themselves, also to know this, to know their value, and to know what is necessary for them to be able to bring, when they bring forth children, what the environment of that child should be, for future generations. But like I said, where did it all go wrong? So in my research, I discovered that, in the 1800s, the introduction of condensed milk, right, and starchy foods, together with overcrowding living conditions and the employment of women, actually gave rise to the high incidence of rickets in the late 19th century.
I think this sounds very familiar. There was an unprecedented number of children around that time who presented with weak bone structure in the lower half of their bodies. And I think medical professionals were perplexed as to why this occurred. I remember doing this in high school, covering it in high school, I think high school biology perhaps. And they couldn't understand why, and this isn't something that had happened before. And it was so perplexing for medical professionals that if you actually go to a gynae office these days, on some of the charts that they have up on the info charts on the wall, they speak about, rickets and how it presents in children and what the causes are of it. And this is almost 100 years later?
So you see, what we are actually experiencing now in our society, Sister Carla, when we spoke about sociopaths, and we spoke about the psychopath that's roaming our societies, and has a really sad effect on our communities, we realize the lack of that mothering, the lack of, of that feeling, that sense of security, the absence of being loved by a mother.
Definitely. Right, now Sister Mahbooba, I also just want to put it out there that we aren't knocking moms who for whatever reason couldn't breastfeed their children. Some people don't produce milk, the milk doesn't come in, I think that's the term that they use, it's just the process doesn't work, because I do understand that it's quite it's a hit and miss sort of thing in the beginning. And so, if you've chosen to formula feed your child, it's completely fine. What's important is that the child is fed. That's the most important. Fed baby is what's important. Fed baby, happy mom. And so we also know that, mother's milk and breast milk particularly has got a number of biological properties, and that contributes to the development of the child. But we want to actually focus our topic on the act of breastfeeding and that act of actually suckling a child, and how that contributes to the society that we find ourselves in.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we always say on this program, Sister Carla, whenever there's social injustice, and the mothers are the ones who carry life. When the mother is in a state of anxiety, even during pregnancy, the mother's heart really cannot comfort the baby within the womb. You see? So here we see the connection between social justice and the healthy and healthy pregnancies and happy moms. You understand what I mean? Because the mother will always fear for the unborn child. It's natural for her to be concerned about the child that she's carrying.
Definitely.
Right? So here we see at the beginning we spoke about the needs and the demands of the baby. Right? It needs the warmth of the arms and the lap of the mother. It needs that. So were you not able to breastfeed, at least that nurturance, that comfort, that security, that is important for the child. That comes with breastfeeding and feeding. It's not to prop up your child with a bottle at night. And many moms are perhaps have been unconscious about it, or didn't know about it, but that nurturing factor, that bonding, that holding of the baby, the security, the sense of security that the child experience while the mother's holding the baby. Right? Now imagine the child needs to be fed like 4 times per day. And 4 times per day she has an opportunity really to
have physical
contact with the baby. So here when the wet nurse actually comes, when she comes to assist, right, she must also have that particular knowledge. And also that, perhaps that character of knowing also what this baby really needs. Because through my research I also learned the damage that wet nurses also do, because some of them also didn't do their duty.
Yeah. And let's speak about that, because obviously seeking out a witness, most people, and the idea behind it is to ensure that the child is breastfed. But as much as we're going to very quickly get to the psychological aspects and the psychological benefits of breastfeeding as well. And this is where the individual who is doing the breastfeeding, be it the mother, be it a witness, a sister, a family member, the character of that individual also comes through.
Absolutely.
Because it's not a store-bought food. It's not something that is manufactured that you're feeding the child. It's something that is naturally produced by your body.
Absolutely. And I could only until now, Sister Kajra, I've done the research, I understood the advice my father gave me. And he said to me, breastfeed your baby, it builds character. I could never understand that before. But now that I've done the research, alhamdulillah, and through the years I've learned, how breastfeeding actually assists with the intelligence of the child, especially the emotional intelligence. And mothers out there who are listening also can know the difference between the strength of a boy that suckles onto your breast, and also a girl baby. There is a difference. And you will find that the boy child is sometimes more clingy than the girl baby. Right? He demands the attention of the mother. Because if you look at the brain also of the male brain, the analytical brain as well as the emotional brain, and we know the link between the male and the male brain is not as strong as the link between the female brain. So that emotional side, emotional brain needs to be developed more in the boy child than the girl child.
And only a mother can do that.
So in the absence, Sister Kajra, of not being nurtured, or being perhaps placed in a nursery at a very young age, away from the I would say the nest
or the home,
to being nurtured and loved, you can see also how the boy child also, the impact that it has on him when he grows older.
And this is something that's become common nowadays, right? You can't raise a family on a single income anymore. You cannot both mom and dad need to go to work.
That is the challenge today, Sister Kajra. But I feel in my heart of hearts, Sister Kajra, if we women can just realize the importance of it, and we can look after ourselves as women, look after having respect for ourselves, being women of character, being mothers that's wholesome, I would say, and pull together and assist one another. I might be able to stay at home. I might really be privileged where my sister is not, and how we can assist one another in raising the child.
Because it takes a village.